On October 13th, 2016, Sony released the PlayStation VR. There was much debate amongst fans, critics, and developers alike whether PlayStation VR was a new way to play games or just a fad or gimmick that would soon be forgotten and left on a shelf. Now roughly 5 months later, and past all the hype, is PlayStation VR dead or alive and well? As just a regular hardcore gamer, the PlayStation VR was never going to be the new way to play games. It wasn't going to replace the classic way of playing with control and buttons. But I had my expectations set as this was going to be a new way to experience games, a new way to be in these worlds. Thanks to PlayStation VR, I was able to be Batman, fly spaceships, play football and giant robots, and explore haunted mansions and roller coasters. You know, those are things that I've done before in video games, but not like this. Not like being in those worlds. With games like Batman VR, Resident Evil 7, Star Wars Battlefront, I think eventually Final Fantasy 15, and of course the PlayStation Network store full of these games, VR is a way to play that should and hopefully stick around. Though it is sometimes hard to find the space and time to play these games, setting up the PlayStation VR. PlayStation VR, I think, is still doing well and is doing what Sony hoped for. AAA games have certain modes or completely compatible to play in VR, so it gives people that option. There are a variety of games and apps on the market, and most likely more to come that Sony will announce at E3 or other conventions. The PlayStation VR may not be talked all over the news and such, but there is a dedicated, loyal, and excited community playing these games and loving Sony's hardware. So as long as Sony doesn't quit on us, hopefully we gotta do our part and not quit on Sony. I mean, these games are really well. This tech is very advanced. I know not everyone was able to kind of maybe get a headset, afford a headset, but people who have tried it like it. The headset is very comfortable. I went and played some Oculus and some of the other headsets, and yeah, sometimes their graphics or such work a little bit better, but the setup, the affordability, the ease of being able to use PlayStation VR makes that fine. Most of my favorite experience on PlayStation VR don't look crazy real, don't look all fancy and such, but it's the stylized art, being able to do flying through cityscapes as an eagle and shooting things down as robots and being a thief and cracking down safes and deciphering a bomb with a second screen experience with the party is really awesome, and it's a fun way to play. It's not just a new way to play certain games, it's an exciting and fun way to play games. And that's why, even though we're about half a year after the launch and the talk has died a little bit, I still love my PlayStation VR. I play it at least once a month, especially Resident Evil 7. I played Resident Evil 7 about a third, maybe half of the game in VR, which was terrifying. Let me tell you, terrifying. Scared the crap out of me. But it was fun. It was a new way to experience it. Even people watching me play Resident Evil 7 in VR. I mean, I've offered people to play it, and they don't want to because they're scared. It's different from playing a horror game. It's different from watching a horror movie. You're in the game, and there's no way out, and that's the best part of VR. It pulls you in and lets you experience things that you don't think you ever would be. Comic book fans went nuts when they were able to be Batman. When you're moving your hands and deciphering things and going all over the place, it's fantastic. And hopefully we get more shorter experiences like Batman VR, cheaper, but very well done, very high tech, very... I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just... It scratches that itch. It gives you a feeling you haven't felt before in video games, especially just not putting a first-person shooter in your face, but letting you be in a cockpit, let you be in this giant robot suit and doing all these different kinds of experiences. That's why I think PlayStation VR and VR gaming in general is around to stay. And that's why I think, no, to me, the PlayStation VR is not dead. To developers and Sony, you're gonna have to ask them. But as just a regular gamer, consumer, PlayStation VR is alive and well. We're here supporting it. So hopefully Sony, you stick with us and keep supporting it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll catch you next time.